Hey everyone, this is Charlene here with PhoneArena, and today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty cool accessory here. This is the Kingston Wi-Drive portable wireless storage device. As you can see, the one we have right here is 16 gigabytes, and you can get this guy for about 50 bucks in the stores. It also comes in 32 gigabytes, which will run you about $100. So let's open this up. Inside you have your getting started manual. You have the device itself, which we'll take a look at in a second here. Just has a charger that has the fold-away port there. And then it also comes with a USB cable for charging. So let's take a look at the actual device here. First thing you'll notice right away, it's really small. I really like the size of this. When we spoke with the guys from Kingston, they said they were trying to mimic about the same size and form factor as an iPhone. They ended up coming in here at just 9.8 millimeters thick, and it's also made of plastic, so it's very light. Very easy to carry this guy around with you. One of the negatives, depends on your preference, but it's super glossy, so just using this a little bit, you'll find it'll get covered in fingerprints and smudges fairly easily because of this because of the finish on here. Taking a look at the outside, you can see they kept a nice clean design on it. When you come up the right side here, you have a power button that'll glow green when it's on, and up top you have that USB port for charging. On the front you just have the logo, Wi-Drive branding, and then your icons here will actually illuminate once we boot it up. So let's start this guy up. It takes a minute to boot up, so we'll let that go there. As far as copying files to it, you can use anything that uses a USB storage. So, you know, Windows XP, 7 Vista, Mac OS, Linux, whatever you really want, it's going to work, no problems. You're going to get about 4 hours of battery life on this while it's actually in use, so it's not too bad. As far as devices that can access it, we're going to be using just a Droid Razr here, but you can use any of the iPads. You can use an iPhone 3G and up, iPod Touch, Kindle Fire, any Android device that's above 2.2, or any browser-based system. So Windows Phone, BlackBerry, whatever, you can manually navigate to the IP address of this once you're connected, and you can access it that way. So it's pretty cool. You have a lot of options as far as using this. So once you boot it up, slide that out here. You can just connect to it just like you would any other wireless network. By default, it's going to show up in here as Wi-Drive, which you can change, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit here. So connects, no problem. Go back. I have the Wi-Drive app here. I downloaded already from the Google Play Store ahead of time. You can also get this app for iOS devices in the Apple App Store. You do have to search for it. I thought maybe there would be like a QR code or a link or something. Even if they put like a QR code on the back, I thought that'd be kind of cool. So if you were, using this in a meeting or with friends or whatever, the Android and iOS folks could maybe just scan the back. But it's not a deal breaker. It's really easy to find. So let's launch this app right here. And I did have a few times it crashed on me on the first launch, which I'm not sure. So essentially it's just going to be searching for the Wi-Drive, and then it should pop up right there, as you can see. So once you get in here, the interface works in both portrait or landscape, your choice. Flip that there and we'll zoom in so you guys can get a better look at what's going on here. Alright. So as far as this folder organization, you can set it up however you want. I just made documents, music, pictures, video. Makes it easy to find things, but you can really do whatever you want. So let's just jump into documents real quick. We have an Excel file, a Word document, and a PDF. So we'll launch this PDF. This is our Samsung Galaxy S review from PhoneArena, but I just saved out as a PDF to kind of show you guys. So it's like 8 pages, photos and text, but it loads up pretty good. And like you can see, you can use whatever software you want. So in this case, we're just using OpenOffice. But if you have a different piece of software that you prefer to use, you're more than welcome to do that, which is very cool. Same thing with Excel. We just saved out the the budget tracker template right out of Excel and copied it over. And you can see it, you know, opens up, runs pretty well. A little laggy, but not too bad overall. Same thing with photos. Whoops, it's videos. Let's go to photos here. Just put a couple of pictures on here. You can see you can flip through them. Once again, performance, not too bad. You know, you can zoom in, zoom out. You can use the hotkeys instead. Works pretty well. Music, it supports MP3s and waves. So we have a Bad Religion album on here. We'll just check out real quick. So when you launch, once again, the launch time is pretty good. Pretty impressed with how fast it loads things up. But as you can see with the music, for whatever reason, it uses Kingston's music player, which it's not exactly full of features, and the UI is kind of chunky, and it's really not anywhere near the best music player we've seen. But it does the job. It loads it up. If you're, you know, in a car with a car full of friends and you want to have somebody, you know, check out a song, you can easily share it with them with minimal hassle, and it'll work. Now, with the movies, what's great is it goes back to allowing you to choose the app that you want to use to launch it. So, if we launch Despicable Me, you'll see we have choices here. We'll use Double Twist to open this guy up real quick. Now, it takes a second to load the video in the beginning, but the reason is it buffers the whole film. So once it's loaded up, we're able to skip around the video, and it doesn't have to keep rebuffering over and over again, which I'll show you here. So let's say we saw a bunch of this film. We want to skip halfway through. As you can see, it's very, very snappy as far as skipping around the file once it gets past that initial load, which is really cool. So we'll back out of that. Other thing is when you can also hit your settings button here, and you have hotkeys that'll kind of just quick bring you home, photos, music, video, and then you have your settings option, which launches through whatever browser you want. So we'll just launch it with Dolphin real quick. Now this loads up here. You have three options. Upgrade your firmware, obviously, when that comes out. You can do that. We'll go into Wi-Drive settings first. So what this does is allow you to change the name. So as you saw when we connected in the beginning, it was called Wi-Drive. You can name it whatever you want. You can also change the visibility status. So if you want to hide it or you have more sensitive information on it, you can hide that network name. So those that want to use it have to type it in manually. And then finally, you have security options. So you can enable WEP, WPA, WPA2. So that's really, really great, especially if you have some more sensitive documents or information that you want to store on there. It's a really great option. One other thing with it, under network connections, what's great about this is since this device uses Wi-Fi rather than Bluetooth or something, you may want to use the device and be connected to your wireless network. What's great under network connections, and we already set this up, we have a Wi-Fi network here just called PhoneArena, and when you enable that, it basically turns the Wi-Drive into a bridge. So as you can see right now, we're connected to the Wi-Drive, we're accessing files on here, but we can also just go over to the internet, and we'll just refresh PhoneArena.com here, and you can see we're also connected to our wireless network, which is cool. Now I did run a few speed tests on it. I will say the performance is not as good as if you're directly connected to the Wi-Fi, which you would expect, but for having both options, it overall works. It works very, very well. Very impressed with this device. So that's about it, guys. Bring this back in here. Like I said before, you get about 4 hours of battery life. Super thin. It's plastic construction. Works with a ton of different devices. Works, Wi-Fi, GNN. The 16 gigabyte model only costs you about $50, and the 32 gigabyte model you can get for $100. So overall, it's a really, really cool accessory, especially if you're looking to, share various types of media either with your friends or your colleagues. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you have, for more information on this device, feel free to head back over to PhoneArena.com. Thanks a lot, guys.